Hi friends, good evening. So today we are back with one of the very important topic, and in fact, we all know it is important, but somehow we are not able to follow it. I have a question. In fact, how many of you have decided many times that we will basically go for gym, will reduce the weight, and we all know it is important to reduce the weight. We all know it is important to no have a healthy life, but we get stuck up with something which is known as the self-discipline. Now, self-discipline is pretty important. It is very important in our life. It is very important in life of a leader. And President Harry Truman has said, in reading the lives of the great man, I found the first victory they won was over themselves. सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन विद ऑल ऑफ देम केम फर्स्ट. हम लोग कहते हैं ना कि पहले खुद को जीतो फिर उसके बाद दुनिया को जीतो. And that is what exactly self discipline is. Self discipline gives us the self control where we can know try to grow ourselves. We can make ourselves disciplined to put the effort where we need to put effort. And no so self discipline becomes very critical to get a grip on us. And it is very important to lead ourselves first before we try to lead other. And while leading us is basically a part of self discipline. And and this becomes the greatest challenge of every person lead leaders alone. I mean, whether you are a leader or not, but then self discipline becomes very difficult for each of us to follow. And many highly gifted leaders have stopped far short of their potential just because they were not willing to pay the price. And what is the price? Is self disciplining. If no if you want to achieve any success, you need to self discipline yourself. If you want to do anything which is worthwhile, you need to self discipline yourself. The only place where you need not to self discipline is downward growth. Any growth which is going upward, you need the self discipline there. So and there is one truth in life is whatever worthwhile we want to achieve, whatever is no essential to us, whatever is basically beneficial to us, good to us, uh, no fruitful to us, everything lies uphill. And the self discipline basically helps us to climb that uphill to achieve those things, in fact. And there is no such thing as the accidental achievement. No person who has climbed the mountain of success ever said, I have no idea how I got there. I mean, it was just an accident. No one would be able to do that, in fact. And the statement that everything worthwhile is uphill not only describes life, but it explains the reason of self discipline is so essential for successful life. We will discuss a certain reason why we say self discipline is very important for us. The first, as I discussed, the self discipline enables us to go uphill. If you ask anyone a question, "Ki, do you want to improve your life?" Everyone will say yes. If you ask them how you can do that, probably they will say that also, ki, we need to do this. But if you ask them, if you can do this on daily basis consistently, they will say, I mean, on a pressure point, they will say yes, but following it becomes very difficult. That requires becoming self-disciplined. And discipline basically move us from good intention to good action. It is what separates the ideas from the actual result. One of the greatest gaps in the life between sounding good and doing good is self-discipline. And believe me, we are ultimately measured by what we do and how our action shapes the world around us. Without result, all good intentions are just the best way of entertaining ourselves. And self-discipline basically gives us that road traveling with we can achieve those great results. Then the second is self-discipline makes difference between temporary success and sustained success. This reminds me, Brian Tracy. He had asked a question to uh, Kopmeyer, in fact. Ki, in your experience, what is the most important aspect of leadership out of the thousand aspects? So he said it is basically do what you should do when you should do it, and even do it whether you feel like it or not. Rest, there are around 999 other success principles, but I found in my reading and experience, but without self discipline, none of them work. And that is a great line, in fact, that highlights key. You might be very good at problem solving, you might be very good at leading people, increasing your influence, but end of the day, if you don't have self discipline, somewhere you will fail. And this reminds me of a pain paradox. So what pain paradox says is the short term easy leads to long term difficult, while short term difficult leads to long term easy. What it actually says is what looks easy way seems like easy way very often leads us to creating a life which is very difficult. And inversely, the things which we thought are most difficult, most challenging, up and appear to be the toughest are the requirements that seems to make our life easier in long run. So we need to make a decision based on our values, priorities, and follow them on day-to-day basis in our daily life. And no, we should follow it once a day. It should not happen. We should say, ki, "हाँ, ठीक है, I'll keep in following it months together." Follow it day by day, and they will become your habits. And the battle we fight is between our emotions and logic, which typically have more emotions has more power in the moment, and logic which takes us to the far ahead in life. So and that is basically why there was a second reason why we needed this self-discipline. Now, Jyoti will cover next two reasons, basically.
So, hi everyone. So, as we are talking about self discipline, that is the price tag of leadership. Like we always listen that there is no free lunch. We have to pay price for everything. If we are doing job, we have to pay in our time there, and then we get the money. Our we trade with our time and efforts and all. So, in every field where we want to be successful, we have to pay some price. So that price comes like in a form of self discipline also. So self discipline always makes the leadership's uphill climb possible. So as Abhishek was covering first two topics, so the next thing is self discipline make habits your servant instead of your master. So we all have some hopes, aspirations and dreams for our future, for successful life, but at the same time we also have some habits which distract us from our goal, which keep us away from our success. And if we are not self disciplined, these habits overpower us. So the habits we have, they can either make us or break us. It's up to us what we choose. So every leader always face two challenges. The first challenge is how can I turn my downhill habits into uphill habits. So downhill habits means whatever take them down, or whatever keep them away from their success. And uphill habits are the habits that are helping them to achieve their goal. Then the next challenge which a leader faces, how can they help people to whom they lead to change their downhill habits into uphill habits. So to change our habits, the first step is we have to change our thinking, because what we think determines what we are, and who we are determines what we do. So good thinking always result into good habits, and bad thinking always result into the bad habits. So uphill thinking leads to the uphill climbing, while the downhill thinking leads to the downhill sliding. So the people who has the uphill thinking, like they always think good. They for them achieving everything is worthwhile. But the people who have the negative thinking, or they have the downhill thinking, they for them nothing is worthwhile. They always lose in life because they are not ready to pay the price. They are always in repairing mode, like whatever, if any problem happen, then they act on that. Then because of that, their morale is also low, and their self respect is low, and there is no scope of improvement in them, because their thinking is into downhill thinking. And their life is also aimless. They feel empty, and these people don't make any difference. While the people who are like have the positive thinking, they always win. They are proactive. Their morale is always high. They have the high self respect. They as there is a scope of self improvement because they are working on that. Their life is purposeful. They feel fulfilling, and these are the people who make a difference in their life, and others life whom they are leading. And these people are like good initiator, and they take action whatever they are doing. Whatever they know that this thing we have to do, they are ready to take action also. But the people who have the negative thinking, they just know that this is the good thing. They just know, but they don't take any action. So if our thinking is negative, we develop the habit of procrastination and making excuses all the time. But if our thinking is positive, we take responsibility and take action, because my thinking determines my habits. Whatever I think, I my habits become like that. So if we have like we have to change our thinking, then we have to be action oriented also. We have to put effort for success. We can't just sit and assume that we become successful automatically. We have to take control of our life and make it happen. If Because if we don't take control of our life, somebody else will take. So better to take control of our life and make our habits our servant. And the next thing is the self discipline is developed, not given. This is a very important thing, that because self discipline is something which anyone can develop if they want. इट्स नॉट समथिंग लाइक गॉड गिफ्टेड कि हाँ उसके पास है वो उसको तो ये टैलेंट मिला हुआ है, गॉड गिफ्टेड है कि वो सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन हो सकता है, बट हम नहीं. इफ एनी वन वॉन्ट दे कैन डू बाई प्रैक्टिसिंग. So the first step to develop self discipline is awareness. It is very important because until we know what is our area of weakness, what is our strength, we cannot improve. So most of the time we are not aware. Most of the time we are not aware what is our weakness and where we have to improve. But in that time we have to ask help for people who know us better. And important thing is also that they are willing to tell us the truth. It should not like कि हमने किसी से पूछा और उसने कुछ भी बोल दिया. So here the role of mentor is very important. So because he is the person, the your mentor or your coach, who always tell you the truth, however whatever truth is there, either it's harsh or anything, but he will always tell the truth which is good for you. So now how can we develop self discipline? So we have to follow three steps. First thing is we have to avoid the temptation. Like if we are going for a weight loss journey, we have started, so we have to avoid junk food. We have to avoid sugar and more salt. We have to do exercise and all. We should not like कि जंक फूड देखा नहीं कि हमें क्रेविंग होने लगी कि हमें खाना है. So we should always avoid the temptation if we want to be self disciplined. And we should know when to expend our energy. We should always expend our energy what matters more for us. And if we want to be self disciplined, we have to know the principle that pay now play later. It is also known as the delayed gratification, or we can uh, something, whatever we are living today, we will get multiple times more in future. So it is also said that living good for better. So if we like John C. Maxwell has said, it's very good line, if you only do what you want to do, you will never get to do what you really want to do. So this line says that whatever you want to, अभी हम जो कर रहे हैं, ये करके हम कभी भी वो नहीं अचीव कर सकते जो हमें सच में करना है, जो हमें सच में सेटिस्फेक्शन देगा, बिकॉज ऑल द टाइम वी आर डूइंग just like just the things which are like we have to do. It's nothing related to our satisfaction and all, or discipline. We are just doing the things like that. So if we are not doing this, not paying the price today, so we have seen that two pains in life. First pain is the pain of self discipline, so which is eased by doing the right things, and the second pain is the pain of regret, which is always there, which pinches us until we die, कि मैंने उस टाइम ये क्यों नहीं किया. So the next thing Abhishek will cover.
Whoa. So procrastination, pains. I mean, those were good points basically, and we should always remember as say for example, Jyoti was talking about the exercise. Exercise we all know is important, will help us in long run. But end of the day, somewhere we get tempted कि चलो यार अभी थोड़ी देर और सो जाते हैं. I'm very sure जितने भी लोग हैं यहाँ पे, you would be basically एक बार आपका अलार्म क्लॉक बजता है एक बार तो आप इसको जरूर करते हो. I mean, barring very few 3-4% people, rest all would be doing that, and when I do that, so at least one snooze happens, and until unless it becomes very urgent, probably 2, 3, 4 times the snooze might go on. So that is a temptation to sleep more. So we need to control that. Now, the next point is basically self-discipline is most easily developed in areas of our strength and passion. See, where we find self-discipline, I mean, we have found that self-discipline is very important because it can lead us to success. And we can do that by doing the right thing every day. The right thing usually involves our strength and our passion. Our strength and passion is something which we love to do. See, self-discipline always needs a fuel, and the strongest fuel comes from our passion, our inspiration, our motivation, which is usually connected with our strengths. What we do well usually inspires us and others, and motivation is byproduct of our passion. If we love to do something, we would always be motivated to do it. And if we are focusing on developing self-discipline in an area of our strength and passion, believe me, it is very easy to develop. It becomes very easier, in fact, and it becomes very faster as well. Now, if we are trying to discipline the areas which are our weaknesses, or where we are not gifted or we are not passionate, no, it becomes a burden. So, discipline is fueled by our strength and passion, and basically it becomes very easy to convert into the positive habits. And if we think our time, energy, resources of our life is focused in the areas where we are, I mean, it is not in our strength area or it is not in our passion area, we should basically rethink what we are doing. And maybe it is the time to quit something which we don't do well, to do something what we do well, or quit something we are not passionate about, to do something about which we are filled with passion, or to quit something that doesn't make a difference, or to do something which really makes a difference, or to quit something, to quit doing something which is someone else's dream, to do something which is our dream. No, so if we change what we do, will it be easy? No. But then, everyone should say no to good so that they can say yes to better or the best, in fact. So we should know what our passion is. We should know where we are going. We should know where which are our strength area. I mean, it becomes the growth becomes far easier basically in those areas. So the next point will be covered by Jyoti.
So the next thing about self-discipline is it rewards us the respect. So self-respect and self-discipline and respect both are connected. So Brian Tracy has said that disciplining yourself to do what you know is right and important, although it is difficult, is the high road to pride, self-esteem, and personal satisfaction. So self-discipline always reward us both self-respect and the respect of others. So in life we can see people are always motivated or people are always driven by two things, either discipline or emotion. So the people who are driven by emotion, they do the things when they feel good. They when they found anything that is convenient, then they are ready to do the things, and their decisions are decisions are based on the popularity, like how the general things are going. So they don't have their own agenda and all. So and their attitude control action. They first see and then believe, while the other type of people who are driven by the discipline, they always do the right thing and then they feel good. These are the people who are committed. Their decisions choices are made based on principles, and their action control their attitude. And these are the people who believe it then see it, and they are always create momentum. They ask for their responsibilities. They and when any problems come in their way, they always continue, they always try to find out the solution and all, and they are very steady. While the people who are emotion driven, they always wait for momentum, that something will happen, then we will do this. They are always ask the questions like what are my rights. They always ask for their rights, and when any problem comes, they quit. They are not ready to solve the problems and all. And they are very moody. If their mood is if they are in mood, they will do, otherwise they will not. So the people who are disciplined and driven, they can be a leader, but the people who are emotion based, who take decision on based on emotions and all, so they are definitely they will be definitely a follower. They will never be a leader, because they always want to follow the people. First somebody else will do, then they see, and then they will follow. So when we are self disciplined, we can gain respect, we can earn the self respect uh, of self-respect, and also we earn the respect from other peoples also, because the self-respect is always earned on difficult ground. It is not easy to gain the respect from people. If people are following us, they are seeing us that we are doing something, we are disciplined, and whatever we are saying we are doing, we are stay on our words, we are focused on our goal and all. So people will automatically give us respect and they follow us. So next Abhishek will cover.
See, I'll cover a very important topic. In fact, I mean the very important reason where self-discipline makes consistency possible, and consistency basically compounds. See, when we say we need to be successful, probably you can get one success by chance, but then you want your life to be a series of success. Then it comes by being consistent in whatever you are doing. Okay. It cannot happen ki you basically become today you are doing something you did right, you became successful, and then because of that what you have done in past probably you would be successful today also. No, you have to keep on repeating, you have to be very consistent, you have to consistently grow. In fact, no, one thing John C. Maxwell says very well, To achieve greater success, you need to grow, because your success can only be till the level of your personal growth, and personal growth is very difficult because it needs consistency, it needs discipline, and and always the personal growth is incremental. So consistency becomes very important, and self discipline basically gives us consistency, and consistency can establish our reputation. Anybody can be good once in a while, only the self discipline are consistently good, and that consistency makes people notice us, they makes people to depend on us, they makes people to expect us to deliver. Then consistency is basically the prerequisite for excellence. See, doing anything good one time, maybe by chance, but you consistently do the things good, it proves your excellence, and that comes only by self discipline. Then consistency provides security to others. See, this is very I mean, though it is applicable in our daily life, but it is very important for leader. As a leader, one thing we can provide to people, we lead a sense of stability, sense of security, and perhaps the highest compliment we can ever receive as leader are words, I can depend on you. The people whom we lead, they can depend on us. That is the highest compliment a leader can ever get in his life. And when people see our consistency and know they can rely on us, they get a sense of security. Then consistency no reinforces our vision and values. Effective leadership is always visual. People don't follow what they listen, people follow what they see. And no leader are models of behavior for those no they lead. When a team sees their leader doing something no sporadically, कभी उन्होंने कुछ किया कभी नहीं किया, they will follow that, they will follow that footstep basically. If a leader cuts corner, the follower will cut corner. If a leader basically shows a plate, the follower will show a plate. So no, it is always the way you perform, your team will perform. So your consistency always reinforces the vision and values to you and to your team both. And consistency compounds. Believe me, if you remain consistent, yeah, the results will increase automatically. See, successful people do daily what unsuccessful people do only occasionally. No, bookends are bookends of the success. If success is a book, it ends and beginning are i- if its beginning is well and ending is well, believe me, what is in between those two end is consistency. And if you become a leader, you have and if you want to become a leader of the potential whatever you have, you need to pay the price, and that price is price of self discipline. See, most good leaders have a strong desire to lead people. They want invest their time with the people. They want help people growing. They want basically help the organizations. And for that, leaders have to take responsibility for themselves first, because as a leader, you cannot go far. You cannot take people far along with you till you have traveled. So, self-discipline as a leader becomes very important for us. And if you lack self-discipline, believe me, you cannot be a leader. You cannot be a leader. You might have all the qualities of life, but if you are lacking self-discipline, you will never be leader. And without winning a battle within, you can never win a battle outside, because everything basically happens twice. One, it is inside, then outside. So that was all for today, and next time we will meet with some some other topic, some other book, or if you want us to cover some topic, you can basically comment us, write in the comment, or you can basically write us or contact us as at the rate beyourownlight.in, so that we can cover that for you. And with that, have a good night, and we'll meet next week again. Thank you.
Thank you.